In this video, I'm going to tell you about the habits, lessons, and principles of multimillionaires and billionaires. And this comes directly from the mouths themselves, because yesterday I got these three books. One is High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard. This guy he's a coach to multimillionaires, multimillionaire himself, and he teaches you how to live in high performance, and he's an expert in high performance, studied it for many years. Warren Buffett, A Few Lessons for Managers and Investors. It's all about business, growth, and management. We all know Warren Buffett is the second richest man in the world. And finally, Ray Dalio, multi-billionaire investor. And look at this, quotes on here from Bill Gates and Tony Robbins. I mean, these guys are the best of the best. So I've taken some notes. I've written the habits, lessons, and principles of high performance billionaires. So let me just go right through them. I won't waste your time. And this is, by the way, is not the whole books. I've just got 2 pages of notes here almost that I'll go through. And this is literally the first few pages of each of these books. That's how I like to read books. I like to mix ideas from different books and create what I call idea babies. So that's a really cool thing that most people don't do. So there you go. The first thing is, these are some tips from Ray Dalio. If you don't know who Ray Dalio, please look him up. He's incredible. Embrace reality and deal with it. That's a really important life lesson. Dreams plus reality plus determination equal a successful life. Which means that if you have goals and you have dreams, mix that in with what's really happening, with reality. Don't be having fake dreams and fantasies, and then have some determination in making that reality and the dream work together, and you'll have a successful life. That's the idea. The next thing is some concepts that Ray Dalio believes in, and that is radical open-mindedness and radical transparency. So you want to be completely honest, right? So I was completely honest with that. These notes are only a part of the small books, and these aren't my advice. This is their advice. I don't know. I feel like all of these things are things that I'm working on as well. And open-mindedness, so you're willing to hear other people's beliefs and you're willing to take in new information. Evolving is rewarding. So the concept of constantly changing yourself, the changing mindset instead of the fixed mindset, is rewarding. Actually feeling that sense of reward and gratification from changing. That's good. Pain plus reflection equals progress. So pain you can't actually get rid of. That's part of reality. Reflection, however, can turn pain into progress, and you should actually go towards the pain and embrace tough love from other experts. Ray Dalio, he says that you should be asking others who are strong where I am weak, and ask for their help and ask for their feedback. All successful people are good at this, he says. All successful people are able to find other people where they are strong, where you are weak. The next thing is, you must rely on input. You must get input from those other people. Okay, let's talk about 5 things which Ray Dalio believes are some of the most important principles for life. Let's get into this. I just spilt my coffee everywhere. That is not very good. Okay, let's jump into it. 1, don't confuse what I wish were true with what's really true. That goes back to the embrace reality. Number 2, don't worry about looking good, worry about achieving my goals. Think about when you've stopped achieving your goals in order to appear better or look good. Forget about looking good. Forget it. Just go towards your goals. This applies in every area of life. Weigh second and third order consequences over first order. For example, you might say, I want to watch this movie now because I want to feel good. But what if you watch the movie, you feel good, but you procrastinate on your task, and then that's the first order consequence. The second order is the work doesn't get done. The third order is you fail on your big picture dreams, right? So consider those second and third order consequences for everything you do. Number 4, don't let pain stand in the way of progress. Again, pain plus reflection equals progress. So use pain as you go through it, reflect on it, and keep improving, because evolution is also rewarding, and that's the way you'll progress. Number 5 is, don't blame bad outcomes on anyone but myself, which is, again, a concept I talk about in taking self-responsibility. You have to be able to take responsibility for your own actions. Any outcomes that happen in your life, good or bad, happen because of you. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the 5-step progress, the 5-step process to get what you want out of life. This is from High Performance Habits. So this is Brendan Burchard. He's coached many multimillionaires and is himself. His book flew to the top of the New York bestseller list. This guy is amazing. If you haven't heard of him, Brendan Burchard, check him out. Number 1, have clear goals. Very, very important to have clear goals. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. The 5-step process to get what you want out of life is not from Brendan Burchard. It is still from Ray Dalio. The one that Bill Gates and Tony Robbins both say is incredible, right? Look, Bill Gates, Ray Dalio has provided me with invaluable guidance and insights that are now available to you in principles. Bill Gates was taught by Ray Dalio, okay? This guy is someone to listen to. So 5-step process to get what you want out of life from Ray Dalio, not from Brendan Burchard. Sorry, that's coming in a minute. 1, have clear goals, okay? You have to have clear goals. You hear about SMART goals and things like that, but whatever it happens to be, make sure they are clear and concise. Number 2, identify but don't tolerate problems that stand in the way. So you have to think about every problem that could potentially come between you and your goal. Number 3, accurately diagnose the problem to get to the root cause, right? So what is that real problem? What's the root cause of that problem? Where does that problem come from? Number 4, design plans that will get around those problems. So every single problem, think of the plan to get around it. And number 5, do what's necessary to push these designs to reality. So that's just take the action and go through the designs to get around the problems to get towards your goal. That is the 5-step process to get what you want out of life. It may be simple. It may be very, very simple. But he explains it on a chart. If you can see that chart, it's sort of like, let me let that focus. You can see it's like a spiral upwards, right? So we start with the spiral going up. That's your goals. When the spiral comes down, it's problems. Then at the bottom, it's you diagnose the problems, then you design the solutions, and then it flies back up with the action of doing. And this cycle keeps going up and up the way he describes it in the book. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you're a bit confused, buy the book. This book is an excellent book. I'm so glad I bought it. Now let's move on to some high performance habits tips. All right? High performance habits, there are 6 of them. Keep them very simple. 1, clarity. 2, energy. 3, necessity. These are personal habits. Having clarity of your situation. Again, Ray Dalio talks about this. There's a connection. You have to be aware of reality. Energy. You have to have physical energy. Ray Dalio doesn't talk about that, but Brendan Burchard is a high performance expert, so listen to him in that area. Necessity. We'll go into that in a different video because there's a more complicated subject. But basically, you want to feel that what you're doing is important. It's necessary. That's a personal thing. The next 3 are social habits. They are productivity, influence, and courage. Productivity is a social habit, believe it or not. And he goes into why in the book. Influence, being able to influence others, is a social habit. And courage, having bravery in the face of fear, is a social habit as well. And I took this amazing quote out of that book. They are able who think they are able. That wasn't Brendan Burchard, but it was a quote in the book. They are able who think they are able. It's a very, very powerful quote. If you believe you can do something, it's already done. You're doing it. Okay? The next thing is a few lessons from Warren Buffett. From his most important lesson from Benjamin Graham was price is what you pay, value is what you get. He's obviously talking about the market there. You must know how much a potential asset is worth. And don't use precise numbers, work within a range of possibilities. That really was amazing because that connected to my goals idea. You know, these have clear goals. You don't want to have specific, I'm going to make £17,422, but you want to say, I'm going to make 15 to 20,000, right? So that comes back to Warren Buffett. Don't use exact numbers, use a range of possibilities and then work towards goals to get you there. So there's lots of connections between these 3 books. So I love doing that, bringing different ideas and concepts together and putting them together and making my brain think like that. So I hope you got some value from this video. I hope you go out there and maybe buy these books. Again, they are Principles by Ray Dalio, A Few Lessons for Investors and Managers by Warren Buffett, and finally High Performance Habits by Brendan Burchard. Feel free to check those out. And if you like a video like this and other content like this, also hit that subscribe button and the notification button next to it. Ka-ding. No, it's like here or something. And thank you so much for watching. Take care. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.